This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live tonight, fans, with a special package video from none other than the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. The Uncanny Kyle Waaka. You know, what can I say about this guy? He used to be just named Kyle Waaka. And I was like, that's a good name. That's a good name. And then he became the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. One of the coolest guys in the comic book community. I know I say that a lot of times, especially, I'm getting a special package from him right here that I'm going to be opening for you in a second. But honestly, there's just so many great things I could say about the guy. I've known Kyle for a real long time. I don't know when we first, because we subscribe to each other, watch each other's videos. But the best part about meeting and getting to know Kyle Waaka has got to be the off-air hangouts. So when me and Kyle get to chat in the hangouts, whether it be on Tuesday nights, Chaz's show on Kyushu Comics, or Monday nights after party with Rebel Comics Presents. In the chat room all the time on numerous Great Legend shows. He'll be there supporting me and our on Legends Live Auction, and he'll be in the Blast It or Stash It chat when we do our shows. He's also a big-time member on the Blast It or Stash It Facebook page. Just, you don't get a bad vibe from the guy at all. I mean, he's never said a bad thing about anybody. He don't talk any shit. He doesn't talk no trash. He doesn't cut up or make jokes toward anyone. Just like a fun, loving, great guy. There's like not a bad bone in his body. Where we're in a comic book community here on YouTube where everyone's trying to like bring something new to the table, whether that be showing off one of the latest and greatest Del Auto covers. Aim High Comics plug right there. That's for you, Brandon. Or your latest Jim Lee comic that you got. That's one for you, Jeremy, aka Trinity. Or the two guys in the chat room showing off the latest, greatest Funko Holy Grails. That is British Geeky Guy Ian and Spectacular Spider Grandpa Mike. Or the latest Flash book you got. Razeth 316 is in the chat room as well. But there's sometimes you feel like to make a name for yourself in the comic book community, you've got to step your game up, or you need to go buy something cool and show something, or things of that nature. But what I love about Kyle is none of that stuff gets to Kyle. He's in it because he has the love for it. He's in it because he has the passion for it. Huge fan of the X-Men. It's got a huge heart for the X-Men. And he's working on completing his X-Men run, which I think is phenomenal. And I love that with a passion because I know what it is to collect your favorite superhero comic. Mine being the Fantastic Four is my favorite superhero comic. I do love secondary character like Shazam, Captain Marvel, things like that, but to work on a run that helped define the Marvel age, the Silver Age of Marvel comics. X-Men is some of that butter on the bread. You got to have it. So, man, Kyle shows that passion in every single video he's got. Very nice, very genuine guy. He comes from us. He comes at us live, and he comes from the Kiwis, man. He's a Kiwi kind of guy. He's from New Zealand, Sometimes it's northeast of Australia. Sometimes it's southeast of Australia. It all depends on what parallel dimension your mind is slipped into. That's for some of you Mandela Effect fans out there. But really just a stand-up, classy guy. I want to check the chat, but then I'm going to go back and tell you a little bit more about Kyle Waaka and, some things like that. Because I want this video to spotlight Kyle and let all my subscribers and all my good friends, fans, and family and everybody, even my dad. Hey, Dad, if you're watching, check out Kyle Waaka. And Dad, I know you love the X-Men, and like you're a huge Wolverine fan, so go, Dad, if you're watching, go watch the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. The video description has links to Kyle Waaka's YouTube page. I definitely want you to check that out. I want everyone to check that out, and I encourage you to check this guy out. He's a great guy, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about him because there's a lot of similarities that we have in collecting, and you tend to identify with certain people in the comic book community, and you have a connection with, and that's something that a lot of us have with Kyle Waaka. And my camera's kind of crooked right now. It ought to be down a little bit, where the top is just hitting the top of the Alex Ross print back there, the Fantastic Four Alex Ross print signed by Alex Ross. I don't remember when I got that, but got it off eBay or something. But Fantastic Four is kind of like my style, where X-Men is Kyle Walker's style. You know what I'm saying. I don't have to drop down the lingo and rap a beat for you right there. We got that down pat. Kyle is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's check the chat real quick. And I know this may be short notice. A lot of times I don't publicize my live videos. Not anymore. Because you never know. It all depends on when I feel like going live. Then I'll go live. But I've been having a big ass pain in my side due to some stuff. So I hadn't felt like doing a lot of videos lately, and I feel kind of bad because I actually got this package last Wednesday. Kyle, I got this last Wednesday, but I wanted to keep it on the down low, and I haven't opened it yet. I'm one of those kind of people where I love to get things in the mail, especially from friends I've met in the comic book community, and I don't like calling them random acts of kindness. I don't like calling them acts of kindness. I don't really like that acronym, RAOK. It sounds like Thor Ragnarok or something, or AOK. Everything ain't AOK all the time. I don't like the little shit like that. Like BTTF. I call it Back to the Future. Mark Alpigger on The King of Kong. He's like, we don't call it Paperboy, we call it paper. We don't call it Crystal Castles, we call it Crystal. No, dude, I don't care if you're a world-renowned arcade legend like Mark Alpigger and his Crystal Castles wearing the weightlifting gloves and slapping the trackball. I got the trackball myself right back there, but I ain't slapping balls tonight, baby. I'm talking about Kyle Waaka's special package, and that special package it is. But I don't like calling it like those kind of names. I call them special packages because, for one, it's not just some random thing. It's not an act of kindness. I believe, and I truly believe this, Kyle is always a kind guy. So you could say an act of kindness, but for me, man, I think Kyle is a damn stand-up guy, 110%, 110%. He would give you his shirt off his back. He's got neighbors that come into his house, and man, when they need a hand, he completely drops what he's doing and he gives them a hand. And he doesn't want any gratitude, or he don't want anything back for it. You know what I mean? He just does it because it's the goodness of his heart, and that's what makes Kyle Waaka special here in this comic book community. And without further ado, I'm finally going to look at my chat. I'm sorry. I'm just, it's kind of like, you really, you I'll talk about it in a minute, but you build this bond. Let me go to the chat room real quick, and I want to give some big chat. I don't even know how many's viewing right now. Let's all right, I think we got to I don't even know. Who cares? It doesn't fucking matter about that. It matters about the people that are chatting, and it matters about Kyle Waaka, one of the coolest guys. Like I said, in the YouTube comic book community, in the pop culture community, and I'm going to also get a little more into the pop culture side of things, because he likes, not only does he just like X-Men, you know, he likes other comic books and other things that are really cool. So big shout out to Razith. Oh, it's Razith 136, man. Sorry, Razith, man. I'm a big fan of this Bible verse. It's John 3:16. So when I see a 1, a 3, and a 6, or a 613, or a 361, I always unscramble that and put a 316 on it. Plus, Stone Cold said so. So, Razith, great to see you here, my friend. Again, British Geeky Guy is here, and he just says he thought he would pop in and say hello to my little. No, he didn't say that. He's off to bed, but he wanted to pop in and say hey. And then his Funko brother, my blasted brother. Actually, all of these guys are my blasted brothers. Even though Comically Flawed, I don't think has joined the Blaster Stash at Facebook page, because he's not a real Facebook fan. You know, too much drama on there, I believe. But British Geeky Guy, Ian, thank you for coming. Spectacular Spider Grandpa, huge, huge, huge impact in the comic books community's life. Another guy that I could probably make a video just about him alone. Comically Flawed Adam, the great freaking legend, about to redesign, rebuild, reclaim the YouTube airways. And I really do. I really love Seth Rollins, man. What a great guy. Earlier, Razlet said Legends going live. Hell yeah. Trinity Comics, that's me on drums. Y'all can't see me doing, I don't know if you're doing this, but actually, Trinity is a damn good musician. Did you see the Pop Shop video I posted yet? It's so cool. British Geeky Guy, all of your videos are cool. My problem is finding the time to watch all these kick-ass videos, not only you put out, but everyone in this chat room puts out. And it's tough sometimes. But I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to go lay in the bed. In Dark Shadows, my boy Barnabas Collins and Quentin Collins and Roger Collins, all of the Collins family are going to take a back seat, because I'm going to lay down in the bed, relax a little bit, watch some YouTube videos of all these special people here in the comic book community. So again, Razith 136, British Geeky Guy, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, Comically Flawed. I'm still looking. Joseph Hernandez, Vincenzo C. All right, so to answer some questions, BGG, you get some sleep, man. You need, you're awesome for watching these videos. Fun fact, Legend used to be the 5th member of the New Kids on the Block. Maybe so, man. I really wasn't a big fan, but I had friends that loved New Kids on the Block. My wife went to a New Kids concert. Pretty cool for their time. I mean, you had Boys to Men. I don't know if I think Boys to Men maybe were before New Kids. I'm not really sure who came before, but you had Jackson 5. A lot of like kid groups, and New Kids were like one of those kid groups. Menudo, if you're down in the España, or if you're from Mexico, everyone knows Menudo and Ricky Martin and the role he played in that group. Joseph Hernandez says, does he have Black Panther the comic? Vincenzo says, not the comic, but ironically, I actually own a Black Panther as a pet. Vincenzo says, hey, what doing? So he's like, Joseph Hernandez is letting us know what's happening. Vincenzo says he's got to run, he's hungry. Big shout out to SS Comic Reader. He says, the champ that runs the camp. SS, another huge fan. Cena Styles, match of the year. Match of the year. Cena, I'll put up the figure 4 on to give homage to the 16-time Ric Flair. Now they're tied for 16-time. AJ had a great year. Nothing can't take away nothing from AJ. Great stuff. I got issues. He likes X-Men. We got it. Haha. Get to the good shit. Spectacular Spider Grandpa. Same as him. What's in the box? Comically Flawed. Back to the Future was on tonight. And you know what's crazy? I always, even though I've got it on Blu-ray, if it's on TV, I'll watch it. It's just crazy like that. So thank y'all so much again for watching. And we're going to get to what's inside the box. And while I'm showing off what's in the box, I'll let you know a little bit more about Kyle Waaka and why you need to be subscribed to him. I got the trusty Winchester. Let me bring my screen back on here. There we go. I can see myself and know what I'm doing. So this came all the way from New Zealand. Kyle's from New Zealand. So very cool to have a comic book collector in New Zealand. And there's been other comic book collectors from New Zealand before. But by far, Kyle Waaka is the coolest damn one from New Zealand ever. So I really like Kyle's videos. And I also said that Kyle isn't just all about X-Men comics. He likes a lot of different comics, but he's got a huge passion for Judge Dredd. He loves Judge Dredd. He's got a lot of the collected Judge Dredds. And I don't remember, I'm not big on Judge Dredd, but Kyle has some really nice books that are collected Judge Dredd stories, some of the original stories. So he's a huge Judge Dredd fan. So when you watch Kyle Waaka, the Uncanny Kyle Waaka on YouTube, you will see his love for Judge Dredd as well. And I want to give a big shout out to another great guy in our YouTube comic book community, and that is Old Man Gamer Chris. OMG Chris is a legend here in the comic book community. He bust out on the scene, and Old Man Gamer, he is like above 500 subs right now. Another huge Funko Pop collector is Hop.Comics. JoJo, your one and only gal from Vegas, man. She reminds me so much of, actually she don't remind me of anyone because you can't compare her to anybody else because she's like one of the main, well, actually, you know what? Yeah, you can't compare people with people because God didn't use cookie cutters to make people. I always say that. Just definitely check her out. What's cool about Old Man Gamers, what's cool about everyone here in the chat, I think everyone at some point has Funko Pop vinyls. And today, we're going to see what's in this box from Kyle Waaka. First off, on the front, it says, "Please open me." So, very nice packaging. Ooh, you know what's cool? He packaged it with newspaper, it looks like. Ooh, look. I think. Now you're thinking to yourself, what's he doing? What's he doing? Uncharted 6-issue limited comic shop news. Look at that classic Superman cover right there. So, oh, look at this on the back. It's a comic shop news thing from a comic shop, I'm guessing, in New Zealand. It's written in English. So I'm going to kind of look at this. I'm going to kind of save this, maybe try to piece it together. I know that's kind of weird, but the thing is, I want to know, oh, and there's Swamp Thing. And if you didn't know, news about Bernie Wrightson was pretty sad today. He's kind of retiring from comics. But anyway, Kyle here. Now, please open me. I'm going to slice this top off here of this cardboard. Like I said, perfect shipping. I want to make sure there's no little special note inside. Ooh, there is something in there, so I'm going to be really careful. Oh my God. I think I just saw something. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to remove this from, this is amazing. Okay, hold on. This is amazing, people. People, Matthew Movies is here. Matthew, you're going to like this. JoJo, she says, "Hey there, legend." Chris is OMG's in the house. Vegas in the house. Old Man Gamers, are you from Vegas, man? I can't ever remember where people are from. Matthew's Movies in here. All the cool kids are here tonight. A lot of Funkos. Whoa! This is sweet! Okay, hold on real quick. Good God Almighty. Holy guaca effing moly. You know what I'm going to do, Kyle? This has a certificate of authenticity on the back. I'm going to put both of these in a Mylar. Check this out. Claudia Wells. The original Jennifer Parker. The original Jennifer freaking Parker from the first Back to the Future movie. Claudia Wells, signature, COA on the back. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. Holy shit. Fucking A. LP? LP, I know you're in the, laid up in the hospital, LP. Get your ass back to the YouTube community. Get that notebook. Get your laptop quick. You're not going to want to miss this video, brother. Kyle Waaka, you got to meet this lady. I seen her on the documentary they have. She still look fine. She still look fine. I know Mayor Goldie Wilson wants some of that Claudia Wells, baby. Claudia Wells signature. And you know what? Comically flawed, Adam. I love the girl from Karate Kid, Robin Shue. I really loved this Jennifer Wells. And I don't know at the time if why they couldn't get her. I don't know what the problem was, or she had other commitments or something like that. But Claudia Wells, the original Jennifer Parker. Jesus Christ. God bless America. And God bless New Zealand, for that matter, for giving us Kyle fucking Waaka. All right, Uncanny one. Right now, let me make sure there's just nothing else in there. Okay, we'll make sure. All right, next up. Wow. Shit. I think this thing's wrapped in Christmas wrap here. Oh my God, I like this. Okay, hold on real quick. Now, I kind of know what this is, but I'm not totally sure. But I think it's the shape of a Funko. Dude, this is one of my best live shows ever. Oh my God, Jesus, time for some whiskey. If I didn't have problems with the old liver here, I think I would have some too. But anyway, all right, wrapped up in Spider-Man wrapping. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Damn, it's Christmas in January, baby, on the Great Lynch Show. I wish Kyle was here to watch this. Oh, it's Elizabeth Shue. Robin Shue, that's the dude that played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat, I think. Boy, if I didn't have my main man, Trinity. And Matthew Movies, too. Matthew Movies. Hey, Trinity, you beat Matthew Movies to that lingo. Elizabeth Shue, not Robin Shue. That dude's from, that's Liu Kang on Mortal Kombat movies. All right, hold on real quick. Here we go. I'm going to unwrap this for everyone to see. I like this kind of style. It's kind of hard to unwrap stuff. Ooh, we have a POP, JoJo. Shout out to JoJo. Shout out to BGG. Shout out to Spidey Grandpa. Because once you pop, you just can't stop. All right, here we go. All right. Carefully remove the wrapping. Oh! Look at them glasses. Look like an old ass character. Some old person. Very good wrapping. I'm still unwrapping it. I want to get this Dr. Emmett Brown. Oh, looky here. Put all this down here. Look at that, folks. Dr. Emmett Brown. E.L. Brown. Dr. Emmett, I think his middle initial was L. Look at this. Look at this real close. Loot Crate exclusive. Loot Crate exclusive. He's got the goggles on, and if you look really close, he's got the two wires. When the wires was hooked on the tree, when the lightning bolt struck that tree and it fell on top of the wires, and he couldn't connect the wires together, so he hooked that thing up. He slid down off that clock tower, and he connected the wires and stuff. Damn, dude. Look at that shit, man. Those are those goggles, man. Those freaking goggles he had on. Remember that? When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Man, Kyle Waaka. Kyle Waaka outdid himself. Not only did, for Count Von Strange, who's showing up late to the party. Better late than never, Kyle. Better late than never. I'm in my underwear right now. I would show you my other two because I have these two on the back. I've got those two on the back. I let my 8-year-old open up my Pop Rides DeLorean, and he kind of opened it up without me wanting him to, but he kind of ripped the box. I said, you know what? Go ahead and open it up, man. It'd be kind of cool. He could display it in his room and whatnot. But paint job on it kind of sucked, you know? So I'm probably going to stay away from Pop Rides and only concentrate on these and maybe the 6-inch figures. But check that out. Dr. Emmett Brown Loot Crate exclusive Back to the Future. And Back to the Future, if you're a fan of the Great Legend Show and you ever want to do trivia, or you're a fan of Blaster Stash at the Facebook group, you'll know always guess Back to the Future on my quotes. So check that out. And not only did I get that, Count Von Strange, I know you're still watching. Check this out, Count. Claudia Wells autograph. Isn't that cool? Claudia Wells, baby. She's a good-looking gal, man. On Netflix, they have a Back to the Future documentary that was really good, and if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. Really cool. It's like it's like Back to the Future, man. I mean, take a trip back in time, watch the documentary, watch these movies over again. Play the game, this game right here by Telltale Games. It's Back to the Future, the game. It comes in 5 parts. This game is available on the Xbox One, the PS4. It's available on the PC. I think you can download it on Steam. This is the DVD version of it. It's also available on iOS devices and I think the Android store as well. Play this game. This game takes place right after the original Back to the Future trilogy. Also, if you're into Back to the Future like I am, IDW puts out an excellent Back to the Future comic. It's a phenomenal comic. I totally recommend checking it out. They've had 2 miniseries so far. One was called Back to the Future Citizen Brown, which was based off this game, but a little bit different because you find out more stuff that you may have not seen in the game. And then just this past Wednesday, Biff to the Future, I think it's going to be a 4 to 5 to maybe 6-part mini, came out, and it's the story of Biff. Remember when the Grandpa Biff from 2015 went back to 1955 and gave Biff the sports almanac? It shows the story of Biff with the sports almanac that leads up to the alternate 1985. So it showed all that stuff about how Biff was placing the bets and, how he became to be like, Biff Tower. He's kind of like, he kind of created his own like Donald Trump thing. Let's hope like the world doesn't totally get like all trumped out like Biff was in 1985, because that would be some crazy ass alternate reality shit right there. No disrespect, but man, that Biff reality, damn. Well, for one, we know he killed George McFly. I mean, that shit ain't good. Now, before I go, I'm going to put my boy in here in one of my Pop stacks, my Funko Pop plastic protectors, because this is like a Loot Crate exclusive, and it's the one with the goggles. So freaking cool, so generous. So back to Kyle Waaka. He's the one that actually gave me this special package. A lot of you are probably, if you're subscribed to me, I hope you'd be subscribed to Kyle Waaka. I'm going to tell you a little story. I was watching a episode of the New York Warriors, and I try to watch other live shows when I can, and the New York Warriors have so many great personalities on their show. This night in particular, though, it was the night where they were talking about CBA's awards. They were, saying, some of them were saying how they should have won the award and stuff. And you know what? You're right. You should have won an award, but the Blasted or Stash It kind of won the award. I'm just saying. But what I mean is, like all the channels are excellent channels. There's no one channel is better than the other channel. Old Man Gamer's got best personality in the YouTube comic book community. Now, I was kind of pissed. I thought I should have won Best Personality. But you know what, though? That's the Great Legend being selfish. Great Legend's already been around the block a time or two. And you know what, Old Man Gamers? He fucking does have an awesome personality. And so does Manny. Uh, Manny Melendez. Manny's got a great personality, too. Everyone has a great personality. I voted for Kyle Waaka Best Personality. But yeah, you know what? So everyone's not going to win the award. But to me, all of y'all are $1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? But look at it now, man. You know what I equate this to right here? When you put a Funko Pop inside a Funko Pop plastic protector, it's like you putting it in Mylar, baby. I don't know what's better. Is the pop better or is the protection better? It's so damn hard, but it's kind of like just so awesome at the same time. It's like, like real sex is good, but like safe sex is good too. And protection's good, right? So you can equate things to different things, but awesome. Two awesome things. Now I want to talk a little bit more, and then I'll show this off again, and then I'll go back to the chat. So everyone's kind of talking in the chat. Matthew, thank you so much for coming out tonight. He's got a jet. Have a great night, guys. Congrats on the awesome box legend. And Chris, Old Man Gamer, he is awesome, and he has tons of content, and he has passion. Whenever you watch this video, you can see that passion. You can see that fire, that desire. I mean, and I love his face to face because he looks damn good on camera too. And I love my ladies and I love my men. I love ladies and men. Not like, you know what I mean, like, in a fantasizing way. But I love when people show themselves on camera because they show that's what they love. That's what they care about. But I also love people that don't show themselves on camera. So no disrespect to people that don't show their face. Anyways, I digress. Another thing Kyle loves, he loves Judge Dredd comics. He loves Kyle Waaka. Loves this series that he got back in the day. That's kind of like war comics. And I want to say it's called Combat, but I'm not really sure because in the 50s they had a show called Combat here in America that ran a lot of seasons. GI Combat, of course, Joe Kubert, Sergeant Rock. So Kyle loves those old war comics, and he has quite a few of those from his childhood that he got in nice hardback bound format. Another huge thing, huge untapped potential, and OMG can attest to things like this because OMG loves Hot Wheels, huge Funko Pop, huge comic book collector. So OMG Chris, Old Man Gamer, and he likes games. I'm sure he likes games. I haven't heard him talk about games lately, but you have a lot of different things you like. So don't just stick with one thing. Your name's Uncanny Kyle Waaka. So we know Uncanny. This must be an X-Men fan. This guy's name's Kyle. And since his last name's Waaka, he must like Fozzie Bear and the Muppets. Maybe. I'm not real sure on that. But I know if you like multiple things, like Pop.Comics loves multiple things. Trinity loves multiple things. Trinity Comics just doesn't love 3 comics. He loves comics, and he loves God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. That's the big Trinity. Or he could also mean Marvel, DC, Image. I don't know. You never know. But what I'm trying to say is never, just show one thing that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about something, show that thing you're passionate about. I like Fantastic Four. I love Back to the Future. I love movies, video games, comic books. I love to cook. I love to make people laugh. I love to smile. Whatever you're passionate about, never be afraid to show that. Sometimes you will get, as Enzo Amore says, got a couple of haters, but that's okay because as many haters as you got, you're going to have just as many people that love the content you put out. So it's freaking awesome. And I love wrestling too. And if you want a recap or a personal review of the Great Legend on the WWE Royal Rumble 2017 that happened last night, check out my last video, the WWE Royal Rumble 2017 review. Check it out. It's really good. It's got a lot of views too. Pretty cool. But so Kyle's a huge fan of Doctor Who. And we've talked about this several times in some off-air hangouts where he's always like he hasn't he wants to do more Doctor Who videos, and there's a ton of people and there's tons of untapped potential and untapped videos and content creators that have Doctor Who content on their channel that Kyle hasn't even really outsourced and kind of met or got himself involved in. And when I went and I mentioned Old Man Gamers, I know Old Man Gamers, if you go to Old Man Gamers page, he likes and comments on a lot of different videos that he's passionate about. So Old Man Gamers will comment on like Hot Wheel videos, Funko Pop videos, Spider-Man videos, comic book videos. I think he's a huge Walking Dead video fan as well. So Old Man Gamers, if you subscribe to say someone like Old Man Gamers, and not only just watch Old Man Gamers videos, but watch what he puts out, watch what's in his activity feed, and kind of watch to see, what he does. And he kind of he mingles, he gets out there, he meets a lot of people. So many times people say, well, great legend, how do I get so many subscribers? How do I get so many views? And I was like, first and foremost, be yourself. Be yourself. Believe in yourself. Be passionate about what you do, because if you don't enjoy what you do, if you don't like what you do, it's just like Red said this, and Mike, Matthew Movies, Trinity, a lot of you are going to know this movie, Count Von Strange the Fourth. Red said, you best get busy living or you're going to be getting busy dying, or some shit like that. Shawshank Redemption said, best get ready to live or something, or you be dying. What did he say? Red said, it's better to be living than a man to be dying. Always have something to live for. And I know what I've got to live for. I've got beautiful family, lovely, awesome friends. Not only my boy Hank and Dan and John and, people like that are like local. I have a lot of excellent friends here in the YouTube comic book community. And looking at all these names in the comic book community, the icon. I love Sting, the wrestler, but I'm going to start calling Don the comic book junkie. I'm calling him the icon because he is an icon. He really is. Huge. 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 There he is, Trinity. Boy, God bless you, man. I love Jeremy. I love him like a brother because he really is a brother. And, it ain't Sunday, so I ain't gonna, but you don't have to be Sunday. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Get busy living or get busy dying. And that is a line, I believe, if you're elderly, take this for example. I find a lot of times when someone retires from their job and they've worked the job for years and years and years, if they don't stay busy and they just like sit on their ass, they usually die. They usually, if you're not living for something, or you don't have that purpose in life, or your life, you don't have a driven, an all driven purpose life, I find that most of those seniors go ahead and pass away. But for seniors to stay busy, whether it be through volunteering or missionary work, spreading the word, spreading the comics, sharing something that you love, I feel like it kind of their life becomes wasteful. And when you watch people like the Uncanny Kyle Waaka, or Trinity's Comics, or Count Von Strange, Don the Comic Book Junkie, Old Man Gamers, Comically Flawed, Joseph Hernandez, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, British Geeky Guy, Razeth 136, Matthew Movies, so many of these names, Pop Dot Comics, JoJo, SS Comic Reader, Vincizo C, and everybody that's watched me tonight. I mean, like, they all show what they're passionate about. They all have a message. And what I'm trying to get, I'm wrapping it back around to, I love Back to the Future. I don't do a lot of Back to the Future videos, but there's a whole group that out there that I'm sure that just love Back to the Future. You know how Mike, BGG, Pop.comics, Comically Flawed is more my wrestling comic brother, but what I'm going to say, JoJo, they're huge into Funkos, and also Trinity JoJo and BGG and Stephen Higgins and are huge into subscription boxes. Who Dat Comics, Collectibles, and Gaming. Comics, subscription boxes, movies. I wish I could get more video gaming in with him, but I know he's busy. But there's so many different things all of us do as a whole. We even have a guy named LP, Rebel Comics and Gaming, that has his passion in comics, but he puts that passion on paper in the form of writing a comic called Naobi. So I don't really know where I'm going with this video, but I'm just so thankful that I have everyone here and everyone that does watch the Great Legend Show. And man, Don has a great live show. And man, I'm so old. I know I'm not supposed to say that because Old Men Gamers and Spectacular Spider Grandpa, they're the old people of the community. I feel like I'm pretty young still, but no, sometimes if you have any kind of bullshit that arises or a little health issue or stupid stuff like that, it'll get you tired, man. It really will. Joseph Hernandez, make some more videos, my friend, okay? I want to see some videos from you very soon. Very soon. I'm gonna check on that right now. He's a huge anime fan. Loves wrestling, but I want to see some content by you. So come out with some stuff. So anyway, fans, one of the things, hopefully, I'm going to talk with Kyle, and I'm always trying to get Kyle to do that. And I told him I'd watch him. If you're a Doctor Who fan, Kyle Waaka has a ton of Doctor Who stuff, and also Kyle Waaka has a ton of Star Wars stuff as well. So Kyle, this video is for you, my friend. Oh, I want to give one more story. I'm going to go back all the way to New York Warriors. So, watching New York Warriors, Undisputed Frost. If you don't know this guy, Joe's a funny guy. He's he talks some smack every now and then, but he's pretty harmless. But he's fun in his own right. So Undisputed Frost, Kyle Waaka hops in on the chat, right? Kyle Waaka coming to watch the show. Everyone's having a great time in the chat. Undisputed Frost goes, Kyle Waaka, congrats on your 10,000 subs. So then Biggie's Comics reads the chat, and he's like, Kyle Waaka, good for you, man. I didn't know you had all those subs. Kyle Waaka, 10,000 subs. And then all of a sudden, Undisputed Frost makes a spoof video saying, congrats to Kyle Waaka for the 10,000 subs contest. And Undisputed Frost kind of makes up a video, right? And I'm like, this is pretty funny. But for one, Kyle doesn't have that 10,000 subscribers. He doesn't have them yet. But I truly believe if you have that passion, you'll get there. Everyone will get there eventually if they just keep plugging away. Because the world is getting bigger as far as population goes. Population ain't getting no smaller. And with the advent of the digital age, more people are going to have digital computers and stuff. And there's going to be a lot more Uncanny X-Men fans. There's going to be more Doctor Who fans. There's going to be more Judge Dredd fans. There's going to be more Star Wars fans that are going to find out about this gem of a guy named the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. So after he made that video, a lot of other people jumped on the bandwagon and started making videos to celebrate the love they have for Kyle Waaka in the form of a subscriber contest video. We've had great ones where Who Dat Comics said you'll win a 9.8 X-Men #1 from the Kyle Waaka pedigree. I thought that was one of the funnest lines. But a lot of people made a lot of fun videos like that. And at first, I think Kyle was kind of like nervous about all this attention he was getting so soon. Because Some of the people out there in YouTube land actually believe, wow, this guy's giving away Amazing Fantasy 15, X-Men #1, Giant Size X-Men #1, and in a sense, he was getting so much popularity, and actually what happened was Kyle Waaka was getting, I think he's gained about probably 50 to 100 subs just on all the the subscriber contest videos people have been making on him. And when Kyle talked to me about this, and I don't know, Jeremy, you may have been in there too. I can't remember, but I was like, well, Kyle, and Kyle was saying, modest as all get out. And I was like, Kyle, well, did you get any new subscribers? And he said, yeah, I think I got about 60 subscribers. And I was like, oh, fucking A, man, good for you. I mean, it's just an excellent way, even though it was done kind of like as a joke, because Undisputed Frost, he's a joker. Sometimes he's a joker. But even though it was kind of started as a joke, a lot of people went in not to do it as a joke, but to truly show love for a small-time guy in the country of New Zealand, and that's the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. So what I'm getting at, Kyle, thank you so much. You did not have to do this, but this was a special package, and I will treasure these two items. That'd be cool if I could somehow fit that in there. But I'll treasure these items for the rest of my days on this earth. I mean, and I'm going to get you back too, dude. I'm going to get you back. But you know what, Kyle? We love you. The comic book community loves you. You're one of a kind. Like I said, God didn't make no cookie cutters. And I tell you, or he didn't use any cookie cutters. But the cookie cutter he used on you in that country of New Zealand is one in a million, brother. And I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You're a great friend, and I love you as a brother. And I can't wait to see more future videos from you, more collab stuff, more off-air hangouts, wrestling talk, comic book talk, Star Wars. And me and my brother, we used to watch Doctor Who back in the day when it was old Tom Baker. Tom Baker. I don't want to talk Kenny Baker. Kenny Baker, I mean, he's R2D2. But, I watched Doctor Who back in the day, and whenever I talk to you and you show me some of that Tom Baker with the long scarf, it makes me think of, like, me and my brother watching that show back in the day. And sadly, my older brother's not with me anymore. But, any kind of thing where, it gets my brain going, that I can think back and says, yeah, those were the good old days watching Doctor Who. That's the kind of stuff you bring. You inspire people. You make other people around you better. You have that positive vibe about you, and that's what makes you a real special person here in the comic book community. And it also makes you someone that we all need to inspire to be, and that's just a true gentleman. So fans, again, thank you so much for y'all coming out, watching the Great Legends Show tonight to celebrate this special package from the Uncanny Kyle Waaka. We have the Claudia Wells signature with COA on the back, and we have the Loot Crate exclusive Dr. Emmett Brown goggles, wires and all. Gonna get Marty back to the future. Fans, love you all. Kyle Waaka, you are the man. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.